Today is Thursday, December 7th, and this is Yale High School Studio News.
Good morning, Yale High School. I'm Sadie Dykstra.
And I'm Kira Tauby. Thanks for joining us this Thursday morning.
Next week, from December 11th through December 15th, Yale High School Student Council will be holding a coin drive in third hour. Please bring in your loose change to your third hour. First and second place will have their choice of a donut or pizza party.
Due to the lighted Christmas parade, there is no parking in the student lot this Saturday, December 9th. If you need to park somewhere due to athletics or other school functions, please use the teacher lot in the north of the gymnasium or the junior high parking lot.
There will be a Unity Club meeting in Mrs. Satera's room on December 19th from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. Remember, new members are always welcome.
Recently, the Office of Federal Student Aid announced that the 2024-2025 free application for federal student aid, also known as the FAFSA, will open on December 31st, 2023.
This delay will also modify the timeline of when government agencies and higher education institutions are able to receive FAFSA data, which is expected by late January. Once Michigan Student Aid receives this data, testing will take place to ensure that data is accurately displayed. Mrs. Eisler will be notified once FAFSA data is available for users.
This delay does not impact the student's ability to complete the 2024-2025 FAFSA. We encourage high school seniors to complete the FAFSA as soon as December 31st, 2023.
On another note, throughout year, our gym class transitions from one game to another over the course of a couple of weeks. We caught up with Michaela to learn more about what they're doing right now.
In gym class, we just switched from Frisbee to European Speedball. I really like playing it because it's a lot of fun and everyone gets to participate, and it really pumps me up for the school day.
Now let's head over to Leo for a look at today's weather.
Thank you, Sadie. Today will be a high of 43 degrees with wind gusts nearing 20 miles per hour. In space news, this week marks the 25th anniversary of the International Space Station. Here's a fun fact. The ISS orbits the Earth 16 times every 24 hours at the speed of 5 miles a second. The ISS is scheduled for decommission in January 2031. And NASA is currently trying to figure out a way to safely return to Earth because it has been in the space program for so long. Now let's head back to the news desk with Ryan for sports.
Thanks, Leo. There will be a meeting today during growth in Mr. Burse's room for athletes interested in doing off-season training and conditioning this winter. I am joined by a very special guest, Mr. Burse. Mr. Burse, can you tell us more about your off-season conditioning?
Hi, Ryan. Thanks for having me and giving me this opportunity. Yeah, we're having a meeting today during growth, and it's just basically to see how many people are interested. We're, myself and Mrs. Garfalo, the new girls head coach, we're putting together a program for the off-season for athletes that are interested in maybe getting a head start on the spring season. So it's mostly kind of for track athletes in mind, but anybody that's out of season and is an athlete and would like to do some weight training and some conditioning, they're welcome to join us.
Awesome, thank you. Our wrestling team travels to Dakota High School to officially kick off their season. We talked to junior captain Landon Sofa and got more information.
Got to meet at Dakota today, hoping to kick off the season well and get some wins and come home and get ready for Saturday. Go Bulldogs.
As we sign off, we would like to recognize today's birthdays. Happy birthday to Lennon Holley and Ethan Morhan. Make sure to wish these students a happy birthday. Yale High School Studio has an occasional feature called the Student Spotlight, where we bring attention to some of our students and their special talents. Recently, Niles Hughes and Dylan Tenniswood produced this segment. We're going to end today's show with their feature, which highlights the musical abilities of senior Mason Leskowski.
This is a Yale High School Studio News Student Spotlight.
Good morning, Yale High School. I'm Dylan Tenniswood, and this is a Studio News Student Spotlight. Over the course of Thanksgiving break, we had lead reporter Niles Hughes go and interview a special student. That special student was Mason Leskowski and his musical talents.
Today I'm outside Mason's house, and we're going to learn about his amazing piano playing abilities. So Mason, I see you got some trophies back here. Where'd you earn them?
I earned these in a music competition that was hosted by the Michigan Music Association in Grand Rapids.
Interesting. Is there any deviations between the four?
This one was for the standard division, this was for a duet, this was for classical, and this one was for jazz.
Now, who did you duet with?
Meredith Falls.
A senior of last year's, correct?
Yes.
Interesting. So, Mason, how long have you been playing piano?
I've been playing piano for about 6 years now.
What inspired you to play the piano?
I just really love listening to music, and I always wanted to play my favorite songs on an instrument.
Do you play any other instruments?
Yeah, I actually play clarinet, bass clarinet, and guitar.
What was the first song you ever learned to play, Mason?
The first song I ever learned to play was Hot Cross Buns.
Was that a difficult song to learn at the time?
No, it's probably the easiest thing you can learn.
Now, Mason, can you teach us the world famous, renowned around the world, the Queens heard this song, Hot Cross Buns?
Of course, I can teach you the world-renowned famous Hot Cross Buns. It goes like this.
Now, what notes are those?
It goes E, E, C, E, E, C, 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 C.
Interesting. Let me give it a whirl.
That's perfect.
Why, thank you, Mason. What's the most difficult song you've learned so far?
It's probably the one I'm working on right now. It's called Dancing on the Berlin Wall.
Could you show us that right now?
Yeah, sure.
Niles, that was a fantastic interview. Now that I have you in the studio, what were your first impressions about meeting Mason?
Well, walking into his house and just hearing the piano ring throughout the house, it was very inspirational, and I just was astonished by his playing ability.
Now, we saw that Mason taught you how to play hot cross buns. If I brought in a piano right now, would you actually be able to play hot cross buns for us?
Well, I would have to find the actual notes first. It's hard to identify those exact notes, but once I found them, I definitely could play the world-famous hot cross buns.
All right. Is there anything else you would like to add for this?
Well, I just think that it's very great of Mason to allow us into his home and just let us interview him about his musical experience. Those many instruments that he plays, I got to witness myself, and it's just phenomenal how he can manage to play all those instruments.
On that note, let's give a round of applause for Mason Liskowski, and we hope to see you next time on the Yale High School Student Spotlight.
Thanks for joining us for this Yale High School Studio News Student Spotlight.